I call this segment Race, Guns, and Women Thinking Threatens Leftists. I just think there's an amazing spirit emerging in America around the country that is pushing back against the leftist determination to direct people how they must think. It is a beautiful thing to behold. To start with, on the subject of race, we have joining us today in just the next segment a woman who is the founder of the Republican Legacy Alliance. Maybe not, we'll get the right name, but Corinne Rankin's joining us. We also have segments I'm going to play in just a moment from the Virginia gun rally. Now, you may have recalled that in Virginia, when this gun rights rally was planned, many people on the left and the governor and the media were claiming that this was really a white supremacist rally. And they called out people ahead of time, had protection ahead of time. And actually what has emerged is a beautiful story about peacefully assembling to redress grievances. They are trying to urge the government of the state of Virginia not to pass these amazingly rigid gun restrictions that are being proposed. But two of the most amazing spokespersons who came out of that are young Black Americans. There's just a spirit of people being trying to tell the American left, we're not going to let you tell us how to think anymore. Backing up from that, I just want to make clear what I'm talking about. Leftists in this country have imposed this tyranny on the American political conversation for decades. Leftists in this country try to tell people, because of the color of your skin, here's how you must think. Because you happen to be a woman, here's how you must think. Because you are Hispanic, here's how you must think. The left tries to impose political tyranny. People call it political correctness, but it's too weak. Political correctness has become kind of almost a cutesy expression that people say, well, there's probably a more polite way to say that. It has been political tyranny. And there's just an amazing resurgence of freedom and of people thinking for themselves in this country. I love it. So I want to turn, first of all, talk about the rally in Virginia yesterday. Yesterday, if you watched the show, we played a short clip of a gentleman who attended the rally. He happened to be a Black man, but he was there with the people who were arguing against gun restrictions. So he's standing up for the Second Amendment and asked by someone there, why would you be here standing with the Second Amendment advocates? And he just did a great job basically saying, because I believe in the Second Amendment, I support the Second Amendment, I oppose the gun restrictions, and he even went as far as to say that he was very critical of the media in this country trying to portray supporters of the Second Amendment as racist. Another clip came from yesterday. I want to have Matt, the extremely wonderful producer, play. This is a woman at that same rally on Saturday in Virginia.
Why do you think it's important for women to exercise the Second Amendment, to have the Second Amendment right?
Well, I think it's definitely very important, especially for women, because it keeps us safe. I think that's fundamental when it comes to that. I feel safe, especially with guns, so yeah.
Are you a citizen of Virginia?
Yes, I am.
So what do you think about the laws that Governor Northam is trying to instate on the citizens here, red flag gun laws, trying to take away assault-style weapons? What do you think about everything that he's trying to institute?
Yeah, I was just talking about my friends earlier about this. I think it just starts small, and if we allow this to keep happening, it will progress to the point where we won't have our Second Amendment rights, and we'll be infringed when it comes to the government. So, yeah.
If you're listening to this show on one of the podcast services so you can't see the video, this young woman is a young Black woman, very pretty. She has purple hair. She obviously is just there for no other reason than she supports Second Amendment rights. But the theme of today's First Five, as I wrap it up, is this. More and more people in America are recognizing that the left wing of this country has tried very hard for decades to tell people, to assign to people, based on their gender, their skin color, their ethnicity, what they must think, how they must vote. The assumption of how you see issues must be along the lines what the left says. I love the idea of people standing up and thinking for themselves. With respect, especially to the Black community in America, I'll mention we have the Blexit movement rolling on in America. Candace Owens been on this show before, and her husband has actually been too, talking about the Blexit movement. There's another one I mentioned recently, Bo Snerdley, who is the call screener for the Rush Limbaugh show. He's formed a new thing called the New Journey PAC, and the entire purpose of his PAC is to bring the message of conservatism to the black community in America and to support black conservative candidates. So I'm going to celebrate with you. I hope you celebrate too this idea that is a resurgence of people thinking for themselves in America that is going to help us throw off the tyranny of the American left. And that, my friends, is today's First Five.